Well, here we have a Dell, Dell Latitude, I believe. It's come in for repair. The diagnostic was, I discovered water pouring through the ceiling onto the top of the Dell, and ever since it's been a bit funny. So I guess that is a bad sign. So let's take a look. It's got an aftermarket power supply, and I haven't tested this, but it might be okay. I don't know. Slightly weird label. The label seems to be a bit damaged or bubbly. I hope that's not a bad sign. It's got one of these sort of selectable polarity things, but you know, kind of looks okay. Put that to one side. Laptop's not in the best of nick anyway, but let's have a look. Yeah, it's not in great nick, so it's quite dirty, but there's also damage. That bit's cracked there. What else is there? Other than that, it looks fairly intact. What we got on the bottom? So it is a Dell Latitude E7450. Certainly been in the wars. Oh yeah, there's quite a large dent in there, and actually the plastic has cracked a bit, so it's had a massive ding at some point. And on this side, that part of the battery, I think, yeah, it's actually the battery itself. I think that whole thing is a battery, has actually cracked, so that's not great. Let's see if we can flick the battery out. Usually, yeah, it's one of these ultra thin ones. I like the way they've done that. Okay, what we got inside? So it doesn't look too bad, I suppose. Bit of a flap there. That's odd. Has that been disturbed before? Looks like maybe some tabs have been removed. Not sure. Okay, well, let's take it to pieces and have a look. I guess what we're looking for really is the obvious water damage. Before I turn this on, I think that would be sensible. So let's get a little tin there and start taking some screws out. Oh, there's actually only one screw that side, so maybe that will come out. Yeah, it does come out already. There's only held in with 2 screws. And that's oh dear. Oh, that looks very suspect. There's all this white stuff on there. It looks like corrosion of some kind, and it's on the case as well. Oh dear, and it's all around there. That's not great. Yeah, that looks pretty nasty. Let's put that to one side. Yeah, you see that? There's all this corrosion around there. So I'm not sure what on earth that is, but that does not look good. So what have we got? We've got a little SATA drive there, SSD. I mean, there's a 4 gig. So it's only got 4 gig of RAM, by the look of it. But DDR3, 4 gig. I think it's an i5 processor. But I suppose with the SSD, it's going to make it kind of usable, even with only 4 gig. But yeah, not an ideal amount of memory. So I think, let's have a look. Are there any screws? I'm not sure this has screws for the keyboard, actually. Some of them do, some of them don't. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to flip these tabs because they're really easy to put back, and these are probably ones that are going to be used for the keyboard. So we'll take them off. And that one, yeah, they're really easy to put back, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. Well, the fan looks in perfect nick. It's, you know, it's not covered in lint. Overall, it looks okay, but that white, why is it corrosion? I don't know what it is. It's not great. Let's turn it over. That I've disturbed something already by fiddling about. That's actually, oh, that's actually coming off. Okay, you can see here that bit looks like that's already, yeah, it's already undressing itself. Oh dear, that's in pretty bad nick. And there is actually some water there. Is that water? Yeah. Oh, in fact, oddly, if you look at the keyboard membrane, it might just be packaging, but it's all wrinkled. But that's probably just coincidence of its design, its manufacture. So is there screws there? Dare I say, there's a whole load of missing screws. 1, 2, 3, potentially 3 missing screws. There should be screws that hold this keyboard membrane down, I would say. Yeah, so I think what happens is you lever this up, and then there's catches at the back. You see there's these catches there. Stop it moving forward. There's one there, one there, one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think you've got to lever that up, and I think it's clipped on the side. Yeah, there we go. There's little clips on the side, so you free those up. I noticed that the escape key is a bit not just wobbly, it's actually come off. That wasn't me, I didn't touch it. Hang on, let's just put it in there, we don't lose it. He says. Something is still holding it down. Oh, is it clipped back? It's clipped itself back in there. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Okay, so there's no. Oh, that's weird. There's actually down on there and on here. There's like these pins here that locate the keyboard is actually rusty. Yeah, there's corrosion on there, and there's evidence of water damage behind there. So I think it's been sat for a while actually with water damage. That's not good. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to see that, but if you look how bad that is, that's had water damage for a while, and these are actually it's been sat there long enough for it to actually be rusty, which is not a good sign. Yeah. So it's going to need probably a new keyboard as a minimum, but I suspect it's not going to be recoverable. Or if you could recover it, would you want to use it? You know, would you want to use it in that state? That's the thing. That is the question. So that's there like that. That's there. Is that free? Yeah. So those bits stick through there, and that's all fine. That keyboard would have to be replaced as a minimum, but it's not in. It's in pretty poor nick anyway. But look at that. That's really quite nasty the way that's. It looks like it's bubbled up. Yeah, that's not good. In fact, the water seems to have wicked all the way to that side as well. You can actually feel it. Ugh. That's not good. Okay, well these are. You can start these up without the keyboard. You can't use it, but you can start it without the keyboard. Let's just have a quick look here. The rest of it looks kind of okay, but obviously the thing is rusty. Not a good sign. Let's have a look on the other side. Okay. Should we power it up just for a laugh? Yeah, we got it. Let's power it up and see. Right. may not be my smartest idea, but hey, plug the thing in and see what happens. Okay, it's like weird noise, but let's move back that way. Can't really see much, to be honest. Oh, I might have to put that back. If I put the, I'm going to put the keyboard back. Actually, bear with me a sec. I'm going to put the keyboard back. I'm going to move it around, and then we'll have another go. Hang on, 1 second. So I haven't seen a laptop quite behave like this before. This is really weird. Okay, so keep an eye on that. There's no battery installed. If I do this, you get that flashing. Great. If I then start it up, you get a weird flash, and then the background, and oh my giddy aunt. Yeah, that is not well. I'm not happy about keeping that on. So the power supply is working, but the whole thing is completely ruined. I don't have any confidence with that at all. I think the damage actually, oddly, was the high voltage for the display, which is interesting. I didn't expect that. But then, you know, if you put water in stuff, then that's what happens. So if we look at it from the other side, where's the power switch? That'll be there. So we do that. Keep an eye on, I need to put this on so we can see. Keep an eye on the fan. There. Oh yeah, it's starting to come up, and then it switches off, but that is not happy. Okay, that's going to have to be condemned. It's in a shocking state anyway, so I don't know we're going to be able to do much. But yeah, it's a pretty failure. It looks like a stormy weather scene, but it's certainly not a well bunny. Here's a quick safety tip. If you discover your laptop with water dripping onto the keyboard, don't use it. At the very least, switch it off, let it dry out. But do not use it under any circumstances. Either switch it off, pull it out of the wall. You're probably going to have to condemn it anyway. I don't know, but don't try and use it, please, because it's just not worth it.